What's up, guys? It's your boy Jay. Welcome to Jay's World, so let's talk. You know how we do it, so let's get into it. And welcome to another edition of Jay Topics. All right, guys, look, let's talk about it. Let's talk about my boy Dave Chappelle. Now, look, I took a week off from Jay Topics, and the beauty about taking a week off from Jay Topics is the fact that Hot Topics just continues and continues. And y'all, I couldn't even take a week off, and here we go talking about Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle and The Closer. It's his new hit stand-up show on Netflix. Now, I'll be honest, guys, I have not seen the full show. I've been wanting to see it, but I've been really busy, okay? But I have heard about all of the controversy around some of his opinions about some things on, during that show. And two things that stuck out was his opinion on some LGBTQIA member issues, and also the transgender community, okay? He pretty much talks about them. And I mean, look, y'all know how Dave Chappelle is. He talks about a lot of things. Any and everybody can get it from Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle talks about black people. He talks about handicapped people. He talks about a lot of different things. He almost reminds me of my boy Chris Rock from back in the day, who is another one of my favorite comedians. Just brilliant and smart. And what I love about Dave Chappelle, he knows how to tell a story. He knows how to craft a narrative, okay? So I tried to just, I listened to the statements in the segments with an open mind. And honestly, guys, I don't feel that Dave Chappelle did anything wrong. I honestly don't. Now, I do, from what I've heard, the group GLAAD, that represents the LGBTQIA community, they are, outraged, and they're calling for people to boycott Dave Chappelle. They're calling to cancel Dave Chappelle, and they're also trying to put pressure on Netflix to pull that show, The Closer. But honestly, it pretty much falls in line with the rest of Dave Chappelle's shows. It really honestly does, Now, you may not like what he said, or you may disagree with some of his content, or you could even say, hey, you know what? I felt that joke about the LGBTQ community, it just wasn't funny. It just wasn't a funny joke. And I didn't agree with it. Fine. You are totally within your right to disagree with, his joke, or to find it not funny. But to try to cancel him and to say his comments about the LGBTQIA community and to say his comments about the transgender community were offensive, I don't feel that they were offensive. He was just crafting a narrative, as most comedians do. Like I said, Dave talks about everybody. He does. Hell, I've seen actual gay comedians, out and proud gay comedians, say worse things about the gay community. He didn't say anything bad. Now he did agree with some of the statements or some of the things coming from J.K. Rowling. She was the creator of Harry Potter, which, by the way, I find her just disgusting. She's just a horrible, disgusting woman. But again, and I don't necessarily agree with that coming from Dave. But to say that he was like harmful and offensive, no, I'm sorry, I just didn't see that. I don't know. What do you guys think? And again, this goes back to that whole cancel culture thing. Just because you don't like what a person says, just because you disagree with them, does not necessarily mean that they need to be canceled. I remember just in my last J Topics over a week ago, someone got right down in my comments section and they didn't like some of the statements that I said about Kelly Price. Oh, but you know what? People are overreacting to the whole thing, and you're wrong, and Kelly Price didn't do this, and Kelly Price didn't do that, and blah blah this and blah blah that. Look, and I'll tell you guys what I told that person right before I blocked them. And the reason why I blocked them, I did not block that person because I felt that, hey, how dare you disagree with me? Y'all know how I am. I'm very free and I'm very open. Y'all can disagree with me down in the comments. I just want you to keep it respectful. And I felt that that person was getting disrespectful and they just wanted some back and forth and they wanted some attention. And I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and block you and send you on your merry ass way. I was not about to do that with that person. But I did tell that person before I blocked them, I'm not here to feed you ear candy, okay? I'm just not doing that. That's why I call this J Topics. It's called J Topics for a reason, because these are topics that pique my interest. Hence the name J Topics. Now, if you don't like anything that I have to say on J Topics, you know, and you still want to stick around, you know, you can always watch any of my, snack review videos, or you can check out some of my cooking videos. You know, I got a couple other things that you can check out. But just know, when you click on J Topics, you're going to get J Topics from Jay's perspective and Jay's opinion. Okay? But anyway, so like I said, that's how I felt about the whole Dave Chappelle thing. I don't know. What do you guys think? And again, you don't have to agree with me, but I really honestly did not feel in my heart of hearts that Dave Chappelle said anything that was harmful, offensive, that was causing harm to the LGBT QIA plus community or the trans community. He just rendered his opinion in a funny way, like he's always done. Anyway, so that's my view on it. You guys let me know what you think down in the comment section. All right. Next, I want to talk about ESPN host Sage Steele. That's right, Sage Steele over at ESPN. She's also the host of the Sports Center. She hosts the Masters, and she also hosts NBA Countdown. Very, very popular, reporter over there at ESPN, and also beautiful woman as well. Well, she was just recently on Jay Cutler's podcast. Jay Cutler is a former MFLer, and he has a podcast. A lot of people have podcasts these days. People have often even asked me to start a podcast, and I don't know. I just might do that. But anyway, that's on down the line. So, but anyway, so she was on that show. Again, I did not watch the whole interview. I had no interest in watching the whole interview. I'm not that big of a Sage Steele fan, if we're just being completely honest. But I did want to find out what everyone was talking about. Why were people buzzing about this interview? And, and like I said, they covered an array of topics. They talked about vaccinations. And she expressed her very strong views at how she was against, being forced to be vaccinated, but she had to get vaccinated because ESPN required her to get vaccinated. And if you guys don't know, the Disney company, Disney itself, owns ESPN. And when Mickey Mouse says get vaccinated, your ass better get vaccinated or you'll lose your job. Okay, so she got vaccinated. And she talked about racial identity, and she felt that just because she's a biracial woman, she does not have to identify as black. Again, she can, look, this woman can identify herself however she wants to. Her life, her body, her story. I did not have a problem with that. The problem I had with Sage Steele was when she used Barack Obama. Now, mind you, Sage is a conservative, so you have to remember, where she's coming from, okay? But she used Barack Obama as an example, saying that, well, Barack Obama is biracial, and he identifies as black, even though his black father was never there for him, and his black father was never in his life, and his white mother and his white grandmother, they were the two that actually raised him. But hey, you know what, Barack? You do you and I'll do me. It was that line for me. It was that part. And I felt that was her low-key way of pretty much trying to blast black men and trying to put black men, saying that all black men are deadbeat dads and all black men don't take care of their kids and all black men are trifling. Okay, I'm not stupid. I know exactly what Sage was implying. So it was that part for me. And then y'all, the whole interview, like I said, I didn't watch everything, but she was just pretty much all over the place, and just grasping for straws, I mean, I had no idea what this woman's angle was. But anyway, well, Mickey Mouse and Disney and ESPN got in Sage's ass. And of course, as they always do, they release an apology. Or in Sage's case, an apologetic statement. And this is what she had to say. I know my recent comments created controversy for the company, and I apologize. We are in the midst of an extremely challenging time that impacts all of us, and it's more critical than ever that we communicate constructively and thoughtfully. They got in that ass, didn't it, Sage? Trying to keep your job, huh, Sage? Yeah. So that was her statement. And I just have one thing to say about that statement. I think it's a bunch of BS, Clearly she's trying to save her job, And yeah. And I think the one thing that really sticks out for me with that apology was the fact that she said we need to be more constructive in how we, the whole we thing. No, Sage, it's not we. It's not we, Sage. It's you. It's you. And you, Sage, need to just own it. Just own it. I mean, it's okay. You have a thing against black men, I'm assuming, You have a thing against the black side of yourself, You are clearly a woman that physically looks black, but I really feel in my heart of hearts that, Sage, you don't like the fact that you look black. I don't feel that you love your tan skin or your curly hair. But again, like you told Barack Obama, you do you, sis. But yeah, it was that part for me with her trying to, imply that all black men are trifling, that all black men are deadbeat dads, and that they don't take care of their kids. Anybody's stupid, Sage. I know exactly what you were saying. Anyway, did you guys see that whole interview? Like I said, I didn't watch that garbage, but I know some of you may have. What do you think about Sage's comments? Do you believe her or not? Ridiculous. Redamn ridiculous. Next, I want to talk about Barbara Cochrane of Shark Tank. Now, guys, look, Shark Tank is one of my favorite shows. I haven't seen it in a while, but I do love that show. And if you've not seen that show, and if you've been living under a rock, let me bring you up to speed. Shark Tank is about a panel of millionaires. They are all of these guys. They own their own businesses. They are self-made, and they sit on a panel with lots of money. And each contestant comes in. The contestants want to go into business for themselves. Okay, they're pretty much small businesses, and they have to, they stand before the Shark Tank panel. They plead their case. They explain their business, and they beg for money. It's a really good show. Now I'll have to say, the only thing that I don't like about that show is the fact that they tend to talk a little crazy to a lot of the contestants, and I don't like that, because I'll be honest, you guys, if you don't know this about me, I'm not for people talking crazy to me. And I know me, I would pop off real easy. So I don't know if I would necessarily be a good candidate or contestant for that show. But a lot of those contestants, they stand before that panel, and they let those sharks talk real crazy to them. Well, anyway, that's the show. So Barbara Cochrane, she is one of the sharks on Shark Tank. They were on The View with Whoopi Goldberg and the rest of the ladies, and they were talking about a new lady that's going to be joining the show very, very soon. She's an African-American new shark that'll be joining them. I forget her name, but she was actually a contestant as well. And the woman has done so well in business with her own blue jean, company, where she makes jeans that are kind of stretchy, that fits women of all sizes, curvy women as well, so they were talking about that. And Whoopi Goldberg, on, how she sits on the one end of the table, she was saying, well, I hope that woman's jeans can fit all of this, all of this COVID over here, and Anna Navarro on the other side, she was laughing and saying, well, I hope those jeans can fit all of this COVID too. Everybody was kind of laughing. And Barbara Cochrane jumps right in without missing a beat. And she turns to Whoopi and she says, well, if you can't fit those jeans, I'll take your jeans, cut them in half and make 2 pairs of jeans. And Whoopi kind of looked like, wait, what? What did you just say? And then the audience was kind of, and then Anna Navarro, and y'all, by the way, I love Anna Navarro. That is my girl. I love Anna Navarro. I'm not sure if Anna is a regular host on the show now. If Anna's not a regular, what are y'all doing? Please make Anna a regular on the show. I believe that she is. But anyway, Anna, without missing a beat, she goes, well, I tell you what, 2 other women that were guests on this show wore that dress that you wore before you got here. And the audience, they roared in laughter, and all the ladies laughed. Now, I'll be honest, guys, before I had actually seen the segment for myself, I was ready to get on this camera and roast Barbara Cochrane. I was about to talk about her real bad, because y'all, I love me some Whoopi Goldberg, and ain't nobody gonna come for my Whoopi. But honestly, guys, I really don't feel, after seeing it for myself, that Barbara meant any harm by it. I think that it was a lot of harmless banter, and because it really kind of started with Whoopi saying that how, she was implying that she was a big girl, and then Anna said she was a big girl, and I think Barbara Cochrane just felt really comfortable, and she jumped in on that and said, well, that I'll make 2 pairs of jeans out of your jeans. And I just think that's where it was. It wasn't a big deal. But of course, social media just kind of ran with it. And, oh, Barbara Corcoran, she's fat shaming, and Whoopi was insulted, and blah, 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 blah. But it really honestly wasn't. Well, I think, was it today or yesterday, Barbara Cochrane, she took to Instagram and she actually released a statement, apologizing to Whoopi Goldberg and saying how Whoopi Goldberg was a longtime friend of hers and she didn't mean any harm by it. And she also apologized to any other, full-figured women out there that maybe felt offended by it. But honestly, guys, watch it for yourself. It should be right here on YouTube. Barbara Cochrane, I feel in my heart of hearts, didn't mean any harm by it. It was just a harmless joke that was a little awkward. And I think in hindsight, she probably, I would have been like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have said that. But, and they, TMZ actually caught up with Whoopi Goldberg, and Whoopi Goldberg said, oh no, Barbara and I are fine, that I didn't take offense to it, but blah, blah, blah. So that's that whole controversy with Barbara Cochrane, and the Shark Tank. But anyway, y'all, check out Shark Tank. It's a really good show. All right, guys, that's it. That's all I got. Please don't forget to rate, comment, and do what? Subscribe. Please subscribe to my channel. And after you subscribe, please don't forget to head on over to Instagram at jaysworld.tv. That's JAISWORLD.tv on Instagram. And I'll holler at you later. Peace.